leader in this industry. I'm seeing all the emojis. You guys, thank you so much for your love. I see you from Scotland, New Zealand, Amsterdam. Hey, Amsterdam. Hello, hello. Africa. I love it. Punta Cana, New York, Alabama. We love you all so much, and we're so grateful you're here. We're so excited that so many people decided to follow us into this space once this gentleman decided to do what? Start trading with his good friend Christopher Terry, who actually asked you to be his vice president once upon a time, right?
Once upon a time.
You said no, but then you did decide to help consult him with this amazing company and to watch our company grow under his amazing leadership because he's the best in the business. Oh, Christopher Terry, we're so grateful. Lawrence, take it away.
Hey, everybody. How's everybody doing? Sorry about the technical difficulty, but you know what? As leaders, you got to improvise, adapt, and overcome, right? We had a little problem with Zoom, but we actually were able to fix that. So I want to thank each and every one of you ladies and gentlemen who are actually on this call right now. Let you guys know we're praying for you, for your safety, everything that's happening right now in the world. And it's just really, really a blessing to be a part of this platform. But I want to do real quick, you know, Chris Terry called us the other day, said, listen, let's drop some fire on Saturday. So we're going to drop some bombs today and get you guys some really good information. And I asked some of the leaders to come on the call. I just want you guys to know the type of CEO we work with. So I'm going to show you a quick story about Mr. Christopher Terry. You know, I've known Chris well before he actually started this company. And I remember when this became a thought in his mind, when he actually called me from the Amalfi Coast, of all places, where he says, you know what, I'm thinking about starting a trading company mixed with network marketing. Do you want to be a part of it? I remember that conversation so vividly, as if it was yesterday, right? And, you know, Chris didn't have much experience in network marketing, but he did have a passion for helping people. And he also is a great business mind. And, you know, he came over here, started this company, had a lot of speed bumps initially. You know, again, any new company's going to have that. But he was always that type of person. He was always laser being focused on the mission, not making any excuses, going out there and making it happen. And he's grown this company along with, you know, the platform that we have and a lot of leaders on this call. You know, we've taken this thing to, you know, I mean, right now it's over 180,000 subscribers with this particular platform, which is just freaking incredible, right? And it's because we have great leaders on the call who, you know, serve like no other and, you know, have big visions. A lot of the chairman leaders are actually on the call right now. I just want to share a quick story of how Chris just has a heart for people. I remember being at a meeting and a young lady said she actually came to the presentation. She actually gave her last dollar to get to one of the events. And I never forget, he brought her on stage and actually gave that woman, I think it was $1,000 in Bitcoin or something like that. And they just let us know, like, man, this guy really has a heart for just helping people. And some of the things he's done for my wife and I, you know, behind the scenes, which is incredible. His leadership, friendship, I can't thank him enough for what he does. But I don't want you to hear just from us. I want you to hear from, you know, some of the other chairman leaders actually on the call. Then we'll bring on our guest speaker. Let's bring on, let's bring on Dr. Jill Tankard here. Dr. Jill Tankard is one of the best.
Hey.
As a matter of fact, she's getting ready to drop some fire in the next couple of days with Dr.
Robert Kiyosaki. Oh, who does that?
Right. But she's one of the best in the company. And I remember when we first got the call, we did a call with her, 3 in the morning or something like that. She was ready to go. And she's one of those aim, fire, ready type leaders, just actually going out there making it happen. But Dr. Jill Tankard, you mind kind of sharing a quick story about Chris Terry before we bring him on?
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you, Lawrence and Tamara. And that's exactly what leaders do. And so guys, even I want you to go ahead and text your team members because a lot of them were trying to get back on here. Get back on here. Listen, I've never made $1 million and didn't have to pursue and persevere. So that's just all a part of it. So please go ahead and take this moment to text them, tell them to get their behinds back on this call. Because one thing about wanting to become wealthy is you have to honor and develop wealth relationships. You know, when I first heard about this opportunity, it was because of Lawrence and Tamara. The very next week, it was me, Andre, Dr. Kathy. We flew down to Dallas and I met Lawrence, and Lawrence said, this was me just meeting him, I'd only been in the company probably a week and a half. And Lawrence said, come to dinner because I want you to meet our CEO. And I was like, okay, cool. So I'm excited. It's me and it's Lawrence and it's Kathy and Andre. And anyway, we go to dinner and we meet Chris, and Chris is sitting at this beautiful, I think it's like an Italian restaurant somewhere in Dallas. It looked like one of those mafia. And and it was beautiful. And he got up and he was so kind and so gracious and so cool and so down to earth. And that's one thing that I'll say, that since the very moment that I've met Chris, he's always had like a huge heart to help people, to change their lives. And even as he's grown, and I think at that time, I don't even know if they had 2,000 people in the company at that time. And I was just an IBO. I hadn't even hit P150. And I just remember thinking, you know what? I'm at the right place at the right time. And who would have known that 4 years from now that all of this would have been going on and the company is still paying and still getting better. So I'm so grateful to Chris. I'm grateful for Isis. I'm grateful for just our whole IM family, because one thing that I love is that, you know, a lot of times when people say something is blessed, they think it's perfect. We've definitely had our challenges, but every billion-dollar company has had their challenges. Apple, Amazon, all of them. And IM Master Academy, what I love is that every year we continue to get better and better and better. And so I'm so grateful to you, Chris. So Dr. China, my beautiful sister, brilliant, called her. She totally was excited about this. And so anyway, I'll turn it back to Lawrence at this point, but I'm excited to hear from Chris. I got my pen over here. Let's take notes. Let's go.
I love it. I love it. I remember that dinner, Jewel. You had just gotten out of the Escalade, and I was like, I'm getting you into this dinner, girl. I'm getting you into this dinner, no matter what, right? I went there, and I'm like, Chris, come on, you got to meet him. You got to meet him. And it was love at first sight. I'm so grateful. It's all about relationships, isn't it, ladies? Hey, Dr. Beckley, are you there?
Hey, I am here. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay.
Loud and clear.
Awesome. So first of all, thank you so much for your commitment and diligence and your consistency throughout this process. This has been an amazing journey, not one that I expected to be on, I'll tell you, but I'm so excited to have met you guys, and obviously Dr. Jewel calling me. I never forget that call. First of all, let's just bring it all the way back, right? So I remember when I was introduced to this space, I was not looking to join another opportunity. I was actually working with another CEO in a prior company, and I was just really loyal, really committed, sometimes to a default, right? My time was up, but I was still committed to my word and committed to what I said. We had just hosted an event for that company, but I knew that I was not going to make money in that company. I knew that I wasn't going to continue to promote the company because there was no way for people to really experience the amount of success that I had experienced. It was just over. But I remember Jewel calling me, and I was so not interested. She got me on the phone with Lawrence. It was the meekness and the soberness of Lawrence. I remember Jewel was telling me that Lawrence was making a certain amount of money, and she just kind of rounded it up. You know, she just rounded up. I think it was like to 2 extra thousand. He was like, oh, no, not 20,000, 18,000. Now, I have never heard that before in the industry. So that did something for me. And so she was telling me all about Forex and all this stuff. I was like, oh yeah, no girl, I'm not that chick. Give me something branding and marketing. That's not gonna work. But as they begin to talk about this space, God began to really just hit my spirit and say, didn't you just pray for something specifically? And I knew in that moment that was it. And I never forget, because I was so reserved about this, and I know that my husband is not in network marketing, I told him, go to the meeting, babe, look, we gonna do this, you go. And if this resonates with you, for sure, and that's not usually how I move, but if I make a decision, it's it, whether he decides or not. So he went and he came back on fire like, man, this right here is amazing. I was like, what? I just didn't expect that, right? And so we ended up hosting an event here in Atlanta where I met Christopher Terry for the first time, him and Isis. And when I tell you, Christopher Terry literally him and Isis hugged Jewel and I like as if we had been knowing each other for years. Like it was literally a moment of destiny. I just remember the look in Chris and Isis's face when we met. It was like we were relatives all the while or something. And so his heart has always been just extremely huge and genuine from the first time I met him. I am just so grateful that God aligned us to this vision, a vision to help impact 1 million families around the world. And we are forever committed. My whole family is connected. We're committed, and we're just excited to glean from you right now, Chris. I thank you. I appreciate you and Isis. We love you guys, and we're just excited to be on this journey. So back over to you, Lawrence and Tamara. Thank you to everybody that's here. I'm excited about the future.
Man, that's incredible. I remember those days when you and Jewel would call at 2, 3 in the morning, 3 ways on top of 3 ways. And
yes.
You know, crazy. I remember when I first got a chance to meet your husband, gentle giant, just like me. He reminds me a lot of myself. He was just so green when he came out to Dallas. He was like, look, man, I'm just coming to look for my wife. He was sharp. No, he was sharp, but he was just like, no, I'm just coming to look for my wife, right? He came and I remember he sat down next to me and Tamara. He was like, look, man, you know, thanks for inviting us, man. It's real. I don't usually do this kind of stuff, but I'm ready to go out there and really, you know, help my wife with this. And now look at him. He's now becoming an impact player, trading, making a killing with Richer University, the way you guys are leading. But let's hear from the big fella. Let's hear from Mr. Logic Mix on the call. Andre, you there?
Hey, what's going on, big brother Lawrence, man? How you doing, brother? I'm here, man.
I'm doing fantastic, man.
How you doing, Tamara? What's going on with you?
Hi there. Hey,
Oh,
you.
man, it's all good.
I
I'm so
remember
excited.
sitting next to you, Andre. I was close when you
ma'am.
had that baby.
Oh, yeah, I remember, man. It was an epic event. What's going on, Jew? What's up with my wife, Dr. China? It was an epic event when I went to Dallas and saw all those people in the room and just saw the energy. So when I talked to Lawrence, I was like, man, this is a no-brainer. You know, and just to get a chance to be around the powerful people who were doing some positive things, it just enlightened me. And then when I met Chris and Isis, you know, Jew, it was like me, you, Jew, and Tamara at the event in Dallas. But when I met Chris and Isis, Chris is an impeccable CEO. I've never seen a guy who has a heart of gold. Every time I got around Chris treated us like, I mean, it's so much love, you know, and I learned so much from just watching how he moved. So it motivated me to jump in this game even more so with my wife. Instead of being on the backside, I said, yo, let me get in this game and play, you know, because, man, it's epic, man. So shouts out to Christopher Terry. We appreciate everything that Chris and Isis have done for the whole entire team. He created this platform for all of us to eat. And I just can't thank God enough to be able to be a part of history of seeing all of us win together as a unit, because that's what Chris is all about, him and Isis, us doing it together as a unit. And since I've been in IM, I mean, this is IM for life. I love it. It's a blessing. Back to you guys, man. I'm so excited just to be on a call with all of the leaders on the call today. And let's continue to just keep going and grow this business as far as, you know, the vision can go. You know, so I appreciate you, Lawrence and Tamara. Thank you so much. You guys are impeccable leaders. You guys was already in this game before we even got in this game. So thank you guys for leading us. And thank you, Jew. Thank you, my wife, Dr. China. Thank you, Chris and Isis, for all of the great leadership that we have in IM. Back to you, big bro.
All right, man. Awesome, man. Love seeing what you guys are doing, man. Your growth is just, I mean, something great to see, man. When you see people who say, you know what, this is not my space, but just see the way you've grown. It just is incredible, man. And Tamara and I, we can't thank you enough. I remember doing a lot of these calls with you guys and being able to help you guys learn something different from transitioning from a different type of space. And we're just really happy for that. But let me do you a favor. Let's bring on the man of the hour here. This gentleman here, we're going to bring on the call. He actually reached out to us and said, let's drop some fire on Saturday, right? So let me tell you, Chris is one of the best CEOs you could have. He and his wife, Isis, have a heart for people. They do so many things for so many people that you guys would be marveled at if you really found out some things he did. But I tell you, he's got a strong vision. He's helping people. He's put together a platform that's changing lives all across the world. And I want everybody to drop some sevens. And you know what? In the chat, let's drop some big papas in the chat.
Let's drop some pandas!
I got this stuff. I got music playing. That's what I'm talking about. Let's see where you at, Chris.
Drop those pandas!
Panda, panda, panda!
There you are.
Wait. Do you mind if I fix my hat? Do you guys mind if I fix my hat? Give me that hat. Come on, we're doing it today.
Oh, okay. Borsellini style. Okay.
Hey, hey,
Hey.
hey.
We're gonna talk later. We're gonna talk to the panda later, and we're gonna talk to him. But hold on a second. I'm still not feeling it with this hat. Hold on a second.
Lydia Rose, the UK is loving you, Chris.
All right, now I'm going. I'm going Detroit style right now, so I'm good. I'm good. Oh man. Thank you everybody for coming on today. We're gonna have a little fun here. And a few days ago, I had reached out to Lawrence, Drew in China and said to them, look, I've been doing a lot of webinars and I want to get some webinars going with you guys. So just give me a second here to get my air set up in my apartment. Vegas is crazy because I'm in the middle of the freaking desert over here. I said freaking, not a curse. We're in the middle of the desert and everything's like so dry. So I ordered these humidifiers, and of course they're coming from China, so they're stuck in China. One second. So the other day I reached out to Drew, China, and Lawrence and asked them, why don't we do a webinar? Why don't we do something for the team since we got this stay-at-home order and we can't travel at the moment? Why don't we just do something? So we got together. But Lawrence and I know each other for way before iMarkets Live and I Am Mastery Academy. We know each other for a few years before that. And I called him up one day and said, you know, Lawrence, come in, let's do this. Let's build something. He says, oh man, Chris, I've got a lot going on right now. He was working at a dealership. He had a very good job, a lot of money, and he had some other projects going on. And he's like, not right now. Not right now. Now's not the time. And I'm like, come on, man, we can do this thing, you and me. And lo and behold, a couple of months later, I get invited to go on a webinar. And I look, and there's like 6 people, and I see Lawrence's head. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I got an IML. I'm like, oh man, I want you to be my business partner. I thought we can be like, you know, run this thing together, but if you want to get in and build, okay, great, you know. And he got in and he stayed and he built it to the Chairman 50. He's almost at 100 right now. And he's building and grinding. Him and his wife, Tamara, is absolutely a superstar. And these guys are trading, they're building, they're grinding. And one thing for sure, everybody on the call, we have direct access to each other, which means, you know, if you have a problem with your upline and you have to go upline, the thing with Lawrence is it goes from Lawrence directly to me. So he can call me at any given time if he needs anything. Him and Tamara know they can call myself or Isis. So just letting you know, we have that kind of relationship, direct access. Absolutely. And, you know, we've been blessed because it led to Jewel in China and all these other wonderful people in the organization. So thank you so much. We also, I'm a little bit pumped up right now, so allow me to catch my breath and calm a little bit. I'll be honest with you, I like to sleep late. And I jumped up out of bed this morning and I'm like, what time is it? Oh my God. So of course I get on the call 15 minutes to the hour, but I'm awake now, I'm good. So with Jewel, I didn't meet Jewel individually. It wasn't like that in the beginning. In the beginning was all of a sudden I went to an event and bang, here's Jewel in China on stage. And every time I went to an event, those two got up there and spoke. And 2 of the most powerful women I've ever heard speak in my life to this day right now, those 2 right there, when they get up there, it is pure fire. And I love the way Jewel speaks. She starts off slow and she revs up and revs up and revs up and revs up. And before you know it, she's going to straight, you know, gospel. I mean, she just does not hold back. And, you know, she's always been one of my favorite speakers. She's been one of my favorite people. And whenever she calls me, I'm there, whether it's Detroit, Atlanta, Houston, doesn't matter. Jewel Tankett says, Chris, I need you. I'm there for you guys. Her and her husband are absolutely amazing people, leading a large ministry, and thank God for them. And then we have China and Logic. Now, China, I connected with the best of pretty much almost everybody in the company. There's a few people that I relate to. We have Jason Brown, you have Alex Morton, and then I have China. China, I always relate to from day one. Isis loves her. I love her. We love Logic. Wait a second. Logic, I got to give you a shout out, but I got to do it properly. Hold on, Logic. Hold on, Logic. You're not ready. I prepared for this, Logic. Oh, I prepared for this, Logic. I prepared.
Go ahead, Chris.
I prepared for a Logic. You can't get away with those cool glasses without me. So, China has been nothing but a blessing. And we were discussing last night about the Bible, and she basically helped me bridge the gap between where I am and God. She actually gave me a big, beautiful Bible for the event down in Atlanta we did. But she used to sit in my phone all the time. Chris, stop cursing. Yeah, but China, I can't effing blah, blah. She said, stop cursing. I'm like, I effing can, you know? And F this and F that. And she's like, you gotta hush that mouth. I'm gonna put soap in your mouth. And I'm like, all right. So I picked up the Bible one day and started reading it, and just started reading a little bit by little bit, more and more, and realized my life was not in alignment to really where it should be, of those who are CEOs, or those who are great leaders in the world. I was totally off on alignment. Now, what do you mean? Well, the fact is, I made a lot of money. I made wealth, but I had material wealth, not spiritual wealth, not physical wealth, not mental wealth. And she's the one that had guided me along and connected me properly. So, China, I really want to thank you for that. I appreciate that.
We love and appreciate you, Chris. We're so excited. Look at you. Yay! Go! Woohoo!
So I got Jakes on my, I got TJ Jakes on my television screaming all day long. And I love the part always when TJ Jakes is speaking, he's going, he goes, ah, like that. So I relate to TJ Jakes. So what I'm going to do, if anybody has any connection to this guy, please get with China. I want to hire him for our convention. And so if you guys have any connection to this guy whatsoever, just put me in front of him, put me on the phone with him. Somehow, some way, we'll get TJ Jakes to speak for us. So it's a long shot. If we can do it, great. But I definitely would love to have him be one of our speakers.
Got you, Chris.
Yeah,
Yes,
along with Bob.
we got you. Let's go.
We just actually just reached out to his agent last night once we got off the phone, and his manager. So I'll let you know when they reply back.
Yeah.
And I was
He's
he's
a real Biggie Smalls. That guy's amazing. So but I just want to say the team has been blessed. You guys have blessed us. We're so appreciative. The fact is, you guys are amazing. And Isis is on the call right now also. She had asked me if she could be on. She knew the call was going on. So if everybody wants to put a panda in there just to give Isis a shout out, because I know she's on the call. Throw some pandas for your CFO. Throw some pandas.
Hey, Isis, you want me to make her a co-host, baby?
We love you, Isis.
No, you don't have to. I'm on a roll right now.
Okay, we love you, Isis.
And I have a couple things I want to talk about today. And we talk about, I was listening to TJ Jakes earlier this morning, or late last night. You guys call it night, I call it morning for me. And it was about 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm watching TJ Jakes. I'm laying in bed and I'm watching it. And he said something in his talk which was profound. He said, you all claim to believe in God and trust God. Am I correct? Am I correct? Yes? Put a panda. All right? Put pandas. So he said this, you all claim to trust God in heaven for your success, for everything. You have faith in God for success, for life, for everything. He said, but you don't have faith in yourself. He said, you don't have belief in yourself. And he said, how can you have faith in God and not have faith in yourself if you have faith in God? And I said to myself, that is amazing. I'm going to start my talk off with that because it makes sense. It makes sense. How can you say, God, I put my life in your hands. You can lift me up and protect me against all evil. You can protect me against bad and lead me in the right direction. But I don't have faith in myself to go in that direction. So what you're saying is you don't really have the faith. And that's the same as saying, I'm going to be a success. I'm going to be a millionaire. I'm going to be this and that. But I have debts. So I can't, I'm going to be successful, but I can't be successful because I have some debts. So wait, you spent an hour talking about mountains of faith, mountains of success, mountains of the future of how great it will be, but you have a seed of doubt that crushes that mountain of faith. How is that possible? So what he's saying is you can have faith the size of a mountain in God, but that seed of doubt in yourself and in everything else, you don't believe, and you're canceling out all that faith and all that belief. Do you guys get me? Put a panda. Put a panda in there if you understand what I'm saying. It starts with belief in self. It starts with belief in self. If you don't have belief in yourself, don't say you believe in God and trust God's power. You got to start with you, with your own belief. I had a talk on this recently about you could have this faith of a mustard seed to remove mountains, but if you have doubt of a mustard seed, those mountains will not move. Get it? The mountains of faith. It's the same thing. So first you have to have faith in yourself and belief in yourself, okay? And that is where the core of our company comes from. The letter I, the letter M, I am. Where did that come from? I am. You guys remember all the webinars I've done, all the live talks I've done? And I said, repeat after me. I am a success. I am successful. I am a winner. That's where it all started. And we decided to reinvent the company to make it better. And we took the I from I, Marcus Live, and the M, I am. But we started with I am to get you thinking that way. And then when we changed it to I Am Mastery Academy, it was I am successful. I am powerful. Get it? So our company itself is an affirmation. And in that affirmation, you are affirming what you are talking about. So if you say, I am successful, or I am a winner, you're believing in yourself, right? You're believing in yourself, that you have that seed, that mustard seed of faith. But you also have that same faith in God and yourself. You have to have, both of you have to work together to get where you want. You can't do it alone, and you can't trust that God's going to do it for you. If you have doubt, it's not going to work out. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Don't tell me you know how to make it in life and you become a multi-millionaire, that you know everything, because I have people in this company and I have people in the outside world telling me how to be successful financially because they look at me and they say, look at the way he dresses. Look at him. Look at the way he dresses. And just because you got a bigger cross on your chest than I do doesn't mean I believe less than you do. Doesn't mean I have smaller faith than you do. You got to believe in yourself. That leads me to energy flow, and how we should tap in. Wait a second. Panda. What happened? Jason Brown one day says to me, Chris, you look like a panda. I'm like, what do you mean I look like a panda? He goes, you haven't shaven. So I went out and bought a panda costume. So everywhere I go now, everybody's putting pandas on the screen. I love you guys too. So I want to do some visualization on this call. I would love to do some visualization. So if we could close our eyes together. Well, I'm not going to close my eyes because I'll bang into the wall. That'd be pretty funny. But I want you to close your eyes with me. And I want you to just put yourself in a different state of mind, a relaxed state. And I want you to, because when you hear Bob Proctor talk about vibrations and frequencies, it doesn't make sense. To a lot of people, it doesn't make sense. Laws of attraction come from being in the right vibration. I saw somebody put laws of attraction. Laws of attraction is when you're in the right vibration, meaning if the radio station goes on, and you want to vibrate to rock music, and the rock station goes on, and you have that vibration of rock music flying through the air, you attract it, okay? And it's amazing that if you tap into something and you focus solely on that and get in that frequency, you can attract whatever you want. So if you want to, if you're all about golf, and you tap into that right frequency where all the golfers and that golf industry, you will be surprised that you'll start attracting things around golf. Maybe it's a commercial on TV. Maybe you drove by a Top Golf, but you start seeing things that have to do with golf. So you're tapping into a frequency you don't even realize, and you are attracting that frequency. So we're gonna get into this a little bit more. Now that I'm calm, panda style. So I want you to picture a river. We're gonna look at two rivers today. There's like, for instance, the river in Gaza, the river in Palestine. There's two rivers. And my brother Donald, who actually, quite honestly, the past 3 months has been learning the markets with me. And I've been working with him with Elliott Wave and price action and harmonics and Fibonacci. And I'm not giving him any favors. I'm not treating my brother with any favors whatsoever. So I don't want you guys to think, oh, he's personally working with, no. He's actually on the calls. He's on watching the videos. He's watching all the stuff we have on the company, the sessions. And I guide him also. But he's sending me charts and charts and charts, and he's vibrating at a level where he's understanding Elliott Wave and market action. And you're talking 3 months. So it goes to show you can have whatever you want as long as you ask for it, believe it. And he literally listens to, and I took him from scratch, knowing nothing about what we do. And I said to him, to understand what we're doing, you're gonna have to be in the right frequency, the right vibration. Number one, I want you to listen to Bob Proctor, Jim Rohn, there's William Atkinson, you can look him up, and understand how to attract. Number two, start reading Elliott Wave, and he said to me, I don't really read much. And I'm like, well, stay broke. What do you want me to tell you? I don't care. So if anybody on this call doesn't want to read, continue doing what you're doing. I can care less, quite honestly. If you don't want to meet me halfway, I can't help you. Believe it or not, there's a 4-letter word called W-O-R-K. It's called work. So if I tell you to read something, read it. Have faith of a mustard seed, right? Childlike faith. And to watch him over the past 3 months evolve to the point where he's kicked me out of my own program where I go to log in and it's all marked up with charts. I'm like, I can't even look at this no more. I figured, you know, maybe I'll just follow him. But what I'm saying is, if my brother could do it, he's 50 years old, starting fresh from nothing, and in 90 days, understanding the market, more than 99% of the world out there, outside of IML, I am, you could do it. You could do anything you want to. You just have to apply the faith, insert positive. So I just wanted to give my brother that shout out that I'm really happy. He's on the call with us right now. But he brought to me a sea. It's like an ocean. And it was literally split in two. You have blue water and you have brown water, and they meet. It's where the two oceans meet. I believe it's in the Indian Ocean or something. But I want you to visualize you're sitting on the riverbank. And the riverbank, that's my apartment. It's not a city block. It's actually my apartment hallway. But I want you to picture this as all water. This is a river. The width of this river, a couple 100 feet long, okay? And that's a river. And I want you to picture this river where the water is not moving. It's still water. And it has that brownish tint, like this, that brownish tint. It's dead. You're looking at the water, you're visualizing it, you see a dead fish, you see some dead tree branches, and you're looking up and down the river and it's not moving. And it smells foul. Guys, I want you to visualize this, that disgusting foul smell, like an outhouse, in a park or an outhouse on a construction site, that disgusting smell. And I want you to picture no life, no birds, no animals, and it just sits there. And that is the river of negative vibrations, negative energy. I want you to picture that river still not moving. That right there accumulates all the people around the planet, all 98.5% of the people around the planet who are dead or dead broke, all right? Call it what it is. The top 1.5% got it going on. The rest of them, broke. And here's how I define broke. If you have to get up in the morning and kiss the boss in the lips and say, I love you, I'll be here for 8 hours, 10 hours. Oh, you want me to work overtime? I will do that too. That's broke. When you control your own time and money and your destiny, you've got wealth. And I don't care how much money you're making. I don't care if you have $100 million or $100,000. If you're controlling your own destiny, you're wealthy. If you don't, you're broke and stay there. I don't want to help somebody who wants to stay broke. I don't. And take this tip from me. Don't try to push apart a car. Don't try to fix a dead battery. Find a new battery. Find one that's alive. Find out what wants somebody that wants something, and you plug them in to positive energy, and you watch them grow. Like Lawrence and China and Jewel. They were full of positive energy. They were full of excitement. Had I met Lawrence and he was like, yeah, man, I would have get out of my life. If I would have met China, she's like, nah, get out of my life. But they said, I want it. I'm in. I'm doing this. I believe. Those are the people you help. For those of you that are reaching out to those that you feel you're better than, that are down there, that need the help, no. You help those that want it and those that are willing to work. Those are the ones you put your time and effort into. I'm sorry. There's a difference of why guys like Jason Brown excelled to the moon. There's a reason why guys that are in the business as long are going backwards and can't figure it out. There's a reason why Jewel, China, and Lawrence are excelling. There's a reason why people that have been in the business as long are still platinum 150s, because they haven't figured it out yet. But that river of energy, that negative river, that's everybody in the world plugging into that. Those are the people that say, no, I can't do this. Oh, I'm not feeling well today. I'm so tired. Tired. I don't sleep until 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm up all night. I'm grinding. I'm working. I'm watching the markets. I'm talking. I'm doing webinars. What about you? That's how you got to be. You want to be wealthy, you got to have that you just have to be aggressive for success. But you believe in God. As long as I know I have the power behind me, the wind behind my back pushing me, I could go real fast. Okay? So that river of energy, that negative river, 98% of the people in the world plug into, they put their arm into it. Everybody puts that arm and they're vibrating. So that river is accumulation of all the negative people in the world. And I'll give you an example. Let's do this one. Everybody knows people that are depressed, or all you have to do is watch television and they'll tell you about some drug that can help you. And you got some lady on a swing, right? And she's happy. She's on a swing, and then they tell you all the side effects. This will cause nausea, headaches, body aches. It'll help you pee too much. It'll put you to sleep all day. And the house lady on the swing all happy. Yeah, if you take the depression medication, it's going to kill you another way, right? Right? They all tap into it, because if you think about it, all the people I've heard about that are depressed and got anxiety, they all have the same symptoms. It don't matter if they're in Russia. It don't matter if they're in Atlanta. It don't matter if they're in freaking Gaza. They all have the same symptoms. They're negative. They're depressed. The whole world's caving in on them. Think about that. They all plug into the same energy. They plug into that same river of vibration, that same river, that same dead river. They all plug into it. And they're all vibing on that same frequency. Don't ask me. I just came up with this idea thinking that, well, if they all have the same symptoms from around the world, they all must be connected in some way. Now, on the flip side, I want you to focus on a different type of river. that river of vibration of positive. I want you to focus where the not 1.5% vibrate, where you vibrate, where each and every one of you vibrate, because you're on the call today. So you're all vibrating with us together. But my message today is to give you a message, and to give you that message to share with others. I'm not here to teach you. I'm here to give you a message that you can share with others. Can I have some pandas for that? Can you give me some pandas? Romans 12:1-3. I don't know what that means, but it means something. Pandas. There we go. So now I want you to focus. Close your eyes and focus with me. And focus on a stream, a river that's moving real fast. Blue, that ultra blue, that beautiful blue. It's reflecting that sky that doesn't have any clouds in it. That deep blue sky. And it's vibrating and radiating over this river. And the river's flying fast, and it's hitting rocks, and the white suns are shooting up from the rocks, and the birds are flying. And wow, there's an eagle. Look, there's trees. Beautiful trees, kids playing by the water. And my dog Ronnie just ran into the water. Come here, Ronnie. Come here, girl. Don't worry, my dog's not here right now with me. But what I'm saying is, I want you to picture kids, birds, little fish jumping up and down, little trout jumping up and down. You get it? That river of energy is where all of us right now are vibrating on. We came together this afternoon, depending where in the world you are, Eastern time. We all came together as a family and vibrating on the same level. So low vibration. Oh, I'm not feeling so well. No, it's not going on. Dead. High vibrations, excitement, speaking high. Your tone goes up, your tonality. It comes from here, from your core. I am amazing. I'm a success. That's how we all vibrate. We have to tap in. So we all tap in. We all tap in. Water, that clean water that's flying so fast. You feel it. Just feel that water. Feel that water. It feels so good to put it on your face, that positive energy. Hold on a second. Oh man, just got out of the water, the river of energy. That's how I want you to feel. I want you to taste it. I want you to taste that river of energy, that beautiful river, and tapping into it. That's all of us around the world tapping into. When The Secret, the movie The Secret came out, that Bob Proctor was, guys say it, Chris, you're a slob. It's okay. ISIS verified that 30 years ago. I'm a slob, I'm a man. So, hey Lawrence.
Yes,
Lawrence, I just gotta get you on a video for a second. Gotta give you a certain shout out.
I'm here.
Not even, I'm breaking this up before I get going to the next talk. Where are you, Lawrence? I need to see your video.
I'm here.
There you go. Can everybody see Lawrence? Put your hand down. There you go. Lawrence, I'm handing over for this team the leadership of a panda, because you have the same beard I do, and I realize you're Panda King over there. Everybody give Lawrence a shout out, because without him, none of us would be here right now. This call would not be happening. If Lawrence didn't believe and have the dream almost 4 years ago, we would not be on this call right now. So give Lawrence some extra love. Give that panda some extra love. Thank you so much, man.
Hey, listen, let me say this, Chris. I wouldn't be able to do this if it wasn't for Tamara saying, I'm giving you my blessings. And she's been, running hard with me, the same way, man. So she gives that same energy as well, too.
Hey, man's the head of the family, the woman's the neck, and she controls the head. So go like this, Lawrence, go like this. Go yes. Just like that. Who's the queen? Tamara. See?
Well, no, she runs the house. I run around it. I get it.
Anyway, I'm going to get back to my talk. So We have the river of energy, that positive river of energy that we all tap into. That is how I want you to focus, is when you're thinking of vibrations and energy, I want you to think of negative energy like that dead river, like that river that's not moving. And I want you to think of positive energy as that fast moving. Energy loves speed. Okay, energy loves speed. And I listened to Bob Proctor last night. See, guys, all I do is immerse myself in positive. That's all I've been doing. Look, we all have to stay home. So if you're watching coronavirus television, turn it off. If you're listening to some stupid person saying stupid things, hang up on them. Put on Bob Proctor, put on TJ Jakes, put on whoever you believe. Read the Bible, do whatever you got to do. Listen, talk to China, talk to Jewel, talk to Upline. Listen to Alex Morton. Listen to some of the greats out there. Put in whatever it is, positive. Cut out all negative. We have an army right now. We have an army of almost 200,000 of us around the globe. We will be a billion-dollar company within the next 12 months, $1 billion. I promise you, and I'm claiming it now, 2020 will be a $500 million year business in terms of sales. I'm claiming it. It's going to happen. I'm not going to have to put much energy into it. Why? Because I have belief. I have faith. No question about it. But I want you to understand how vibrations work. When you vibrate on a high level, like that river of energy, and you tap into it, once you're in it, you can't get out. Once you have that connection, you cannot get out. And so is negative. If you're ever around people, for instance, I get calls, and I have a 2-minute rule. You have 2 minutes to babble. If I'm not hearing what I don't want to hear, I got to go. And it usually goes like this. What's up? Oh, man, blah, 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 blah. And then I do this. I lean against the wall. You can do the same thing. I put my head down, and I count down, 1.5 minutes. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're right. Doesn't work. Mm-hmm. 30 seconds. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, so totally. Uh-huh. All right, gotta go. Unless I hear positive within 2 minutes, I have a 2-minute timer that goes off. My job is not to lift people up who are negative. Take this as a nugget, folks. People will try to infiltrate your mind. The devil will try to get in there and cause doubt. He will get in there and try to cause doubt and be that seed of doubt of your belief. So you have to know yourself. I talked about the reptilian brain before. I've talked about getting in your own way. I've talked about all sorts of stuff, but you have to take that seed of positive and that seed and grow it. Now, I want to talk about something I talked about in the past with the group, is sowing and reaping, planting the right seeds, right? But I'm also talking about timing. And I want everybody on this call, whoever is new, and I hope you all invited guests. I hope we have guests on the call today, because if you are a guest of ours, this is not an opportunity call. This is the CEO of the company, the head of the whole company, reaching out to you right now saying, look, just have a little bit of faith in what we're doing. Have a little bit of direction of what we're doing. Just have a little bit of trust in what we're doing. Our heart's in the right place. Our mind's in the right place. And look, do I like Forex? Does everybody like Forex? Does everybody like Bitcoin? No. I don't like airplanes either. But you know what? If I'm going to go from New York to California, I better get on an airplane. I'm not going to walk. I'm not going to take a car. So if I'm not good at getting on airplanes, I know one thing, the airplane will get me there. And you may not like what we're doing. It's okay. But what are you doing right now that's going to get you where you want to go? So I Am Mastery Academy, if you study and if you learn and if you plug in and you build and you trade and you learn and learn and learn, you will get where you want to go. Even if you don't like what we're doing, it's a vehicle. I would rather drive my Lamborghini from here to California, from New York to California. I would rather drive my Lamborghini. It goes fast. It goes 200 miles an hour. Fortunately, a plane does 800 miles an hour. I'd rather take an airplane. I'd get there faster. So you may not like the vehicle, or you may have question about the vehicle, but the vehicle is legitimate. We don't take investments. We don't participate in any of that. We don't touch your accounts. Our job is to empower, and enrich, and educate you for success. That's it. So in terms of vehicles, we have the best vehicle out there. And past that, those who are making money with us right now, and I'm going to put a call out to everybody right now, those, and I've been doing this on every single call I've been making, those that are at Platinum 1000 and above, those at the rank of Platinum 1000 and above, put a panda. We need to talk before we go a little further. I want to show our guests how we care. I want to show our guests how we care. Thousands and above, put a panda. Thousands and above, put a panda. And I want to show our guests how we care. Because I've been doing this, our leaders have been doing it, and I'm putting the word out to you guys that you have permission to do what I'm going to ask. I want you, if you're 1,000 and above, meaning if you're making $250 a week as a Platinum 1000, or $2,500 a week as a Chairman 10, or $12,500 a week as a Chairman 50, I'm putting the word out to you right now, because we're all people of faith. We all believe and we all give. I put my money where my mouth is. Our leaders put their money where their mouth is. And you, as a Platinum 1000 and above, you are a leader, and I want you to put your money where your mouth is. If you truly care and truly want to help people and truly give, and this goes out to our guests to let you know our heart, I want you to take 25% of what you make in the past month. So if you're a Platinum 1000, take 250. If you're a Chairman 50, take 12,500. And I want you to call people up who are not in I Am Mastery Academy, who are not in I Am Mastery Academy, who are friends of yours, who are family of yours, who are out there, who are not in our business, and who are suffering and hurting, and who are not working. Those who've been laid off, those who've been out on the streets, those that are sitting down not knowing what to do right now. They're lost, they're hurting, they're in tears, they're in fear right now. Do you know how much, if you call somebody up and say, how can I help you? How can I give? And you give them $250, you can change their life. You can put food in their mouth. You can give them hope again. All right? So if you give, you will get. If you give, you will get. This is going to lead into my talk. Trust me. There's not a call for this. I'm not the Salvation Army. I'm not Jerry Lewis Telethon. I'm not out there trying to save the whole world, right? Because not everybody wants to be saved. Some people just want to be alone, and that's okay. I'm just looking for the ones that want it. But call your friends. Call your family. Now is not the time to say, I told you so. I'm making $10,000 a month. I'm making $5,000 a month. I'm a big shot. No, now's the time you call them up and say, how can I help you? How can I serve you? How can I give? What's going on with the family? Do you have food? Are you okay? Do you have money for gas? How can I help you? And if they say, I can use the help, you say, how can I help you? I'll drop off cash. I'll wire you a check. I'll send you Bitcoin. I'll give you gold. I'll give you a freaking house. If you have to sell a freaking house, give it to them. And you reach out and you give and you give and you give. You don't ask for anything. You don't do anything with expectation of getting, because let me tell you what's going to happen, folks. By doing that, and you don't tell people I told you say, so you let them know, listen, I've been blessed. My business is blessed. I'm doing well, and it's allowing me to reach out and give. And you're one of my closest people in the world. How can I help you? And when they ask, you give. If it's more than you have, then you give them half, and you give more and you give it to them. The fact is, you got to give and give and give without the expectation of receiving. So God's watching you. He's watching you, if you believe, right? He's watching you. He's looking down saying, go ahead now. Christians put it out there. He said, you're making that money. Let's see if you do something. I can't do it for you. That's between you and that guy. I'm just a messenger. When I ask you right now to put some pandas, if you're going to give to others, put some pandas. If you're going to call people up and tell them, how can I help you? Put some pandas. Put the pandas of love. Put the pandas of giving. Put the pandas. So I want you to think of yourself as a farmer right now. Timing is everything. Sowing and receiving. So if you're sowing and you're giving to others, and you're planting those seeds out there because you're planting seeds by giving to others, it's not just calling them up. Look, you don't just want to call somebody up and say, hey, I got this business. Yeah, but I lost my job. Yeah, but listen, residual income, I know how to make it work. I got it. Forex. They don't have a check. They can't even feed themselves. How are you going to get them in Forex? You start talking to the panda. You're like, you got to get in with me. Look, dude, you got to get in the company with me. You're going to be one of us. We're going to make money together. Where you going? Wait. They all run away from you. They run away from you. You can't be sneaking up on people. Yo, come in with me. I got to hit the next rank. No. I built my business by giving away without asking. And I want you to think of the farmer who now has been given all this dirt, all this land. Look at this as flat land, as dirt, okay? This is earth. I want you to picture this as earth. All the trees were cut down. And you're now the farmer. Yeah, that's a really long hallway, quite honestly, but that's okay. It's good for examples, right? So we're changing it from the river of negative to earth. And as a farmer, you want to plant your seeds. So you're going to plant 5,000 seeds. You're just going to throw 5,000 seeds on the ground. Whenever it's time to do farming, I don't know anything about farming, okay? So I'm just throwing seeds on the ground. Chris, what kind of seeds? Well, let me see. You got chia seeds, and you got a bunch of chia plants, but that takes 200 years. And the Aztecs then figure that one out, right? The Aztecs. You ever see the Aztecs? Well, if you eat chia seeds, you'll live like the Aztecs. You know what? They all died. So here, pumpkin seeds. You want to plant pumpkins. I'm taking these 5,000 seeds, and I'm going to put them in my hallway right here. I'm going to put these 5,000 seeds on the ground. It's summertime. I got all this land that was given to me, and I'm going to put it. Wait, where are you? Focus on me. So I'm putting all the seeds, 5,000 seeds, I'm putting on the earth, and I'm watching it. And now it's so hot out there. Oh, God, it's so hot. It's so sunny. And the seeds, I noticed that they're getting brown. And I'm like, they're not growing. And I noticed the birds are coming down and taking the seeds. And I noticed them, they fell on rock and some on barren ground. And then, oh man, they're expecting rain. And then tonight when it rains, all the rest of the seeds are going to get saturated with water. And they're going to die. Why is that? Because you haven't prepared the ground. You haven't prepared your mind for success. You have to look at planting seeds and sowing and reaping as planting seeds in your mind. If you are not investing into you consistently, listening to positive, listening to the Jakes or the William Atkinsons or the Bob Proctors or the Tony Robbins or the Jim Rohns or the Eric Thomases of the world, if you're not listening to the Alex Mortons and the Jules and the Chinas and Lawrences, you are not fertilizing your mind. So I can't take somebody who's negative and sprinkle all this vast wisdom on them. If they're not going to listen, they're not prepared for success. You can't have an attitude of a Platinum 1000 and try to be a Chairman 100. This is not going to work. You got to prepare your mind. You have to grow. The reason I'm doing so much self-investing right now is I'm trying to catch up with the company. I'm not a multi-billionaire. So I gotta think like a multi-billionaire. I have to think like a 20 billion. So I can help the company raise itself to 5 billion. We're gonna fly by a billion. A billion is nothing. A billion is a joke. That's like getting started. Amway, I'm coming after you. 10, 15 billion, I'm coming after you. We're all coming after you. Our army is coming after you. We're gonna exceed and be the #1 direct sales company in the world. That's how you have to think. It's a done deal. But if you don't plant, if you don't fertilize your mind and you don't prepare it, all the TJ Jakes in the world are not going to make sense to you. So I want you to take it back to the farmland, to the farmer. And you're given this land, and you just saw that I threw the seeds, and all 5,000 of them died because they got burnt. Some fell on rock, some got waterlogged, and they couldn't get rooted. The ground is too hard. They couldn't get rooted, and they just die. So if we take the time, if the farmer says, you know what, this is a particular time of year that I need to plant. And before that, he takes 2 months before that, and every day he's outside and he's picking up the ground with his little machine, and he's tilling the ground. He's going a foot underneath the ground. He's turning the ground over, and he's consistently doing that, moving the ground around. Now he's prepared the ground. He's prepared the environment for growth. Just like you would as a Platinum 1000, start investing into yourself so you can prepare the mind for growth. Doesn't mean you're going to grow right away. It's you're preparing the mind. If you start investing into yourself and start investing in listening, that way when Jules says something profound, you hear it. When I say something profound, you hear it. When Alex Morton does, you hear it. But if you are not prepared your mind and you haven't done any mind work to open it up, you're not going to hear a word anybody says. Therefore, you will work for the rest of your life working for a boss that will command your every move and command your lifestyle. There is nothing better knowing I can have, and I do have, Lamborghinis and Rolls Royces and McLarens and jet planes. There's a reason, because I prepared my mind, I've accepted it, I claim it. Whenever I claim it, I get it. I ask because I'm prepared. You can have 100,000 a month, and with 100,000 a month, you can have a Lamborghini and a Ferrari and all that stuff. Believe it or not. You can invest in the real estate. You can have it, but you got to prepare your mind as a Platinum 1000, as a Platinum 150, as a Chairman 10. You got to prepare your mind. You have to always be in a process of overcoming what you are to become better than you've ever been. You have to be in a constant mode of overcoming, of climbing, of jumping over obstacles. You have to be in that mindset. So the farmer knows that he has to go out and plant, dig the ground up, and then he can get his seeds, and he throws them same 5,000 seeds on the ground, and the farmer's putting 5,000 seeds for apples. And he's throwing these apple seeds all over the place. And he laid in 5,000 apples, and you're out there talking to people after person after person. And Chris, I've spoken to 20 people already. I've talked to 30 people, Chris. I'm meeting people. I'm talking to them. I'm doing webinars. It's not happening. 90 days later, it's not happening. And the farmer is cool because the farmer understands that he's going to plant 5,000 seeds. And out of those 5,000 seeds, some are going to be directly hit by the sun. It's going to burn, right? You have roasted pumpkin seeds. And then some of these seeds are going to land in water. You know what? Throw them in a smoothie, mix them. You got yourself a smoothie. Some of them, because they're not intended to grow. They're intended, some seeds are not intended to grow. Look, some seeds are not intended to grow. They're intended to be eaten. They're intended to be used by other things. Just because they were produced doesn't mean they're going to grow into a plant. So all these seeds you see in the stores, those are equivalent to the people you spoke to that they're just not ready. They just quit. It's not for them. So The farmer knows that the next month or two, he's going to plant seeds, and then some are going to get so waterlogged, and some are going to get burnt, and the weeds, as the Bible says, are going to strangle them. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know how a vine or a weed will strangle a seed, but he said it in the Bible, so we gotta go with it. I don't want to doubt the man upstairs, right? So, but birds are going to come down and eat the seeds. But out of the 5,000, maybe 500 survive. Out of 5,000 seeds, 500 survive. And the farmer is not on the phone with his wife. And I'll use my water bottle as my phone. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me go back to the 1990s. The phone is this big. Yeah, honey. Yeah, 4,500 lose the seeds. Those 4,500 seeds had no dream, had no vision. They don't want to do anything. They don't want to be trees. They're freaking losers. Those stupid seeds. Stupid seeds. He doesn't get emotional. I just put water all over my floor. Those seeds are not intended to grow. The farmer knows in advance that if he plants 5,000, maybe 500 grow. And as those trees grow, right? As those trees grow, because the farmer is giving life to those trees, he's watering them, he's giving them proper sunlight, he's giving them love, he's fertilizing them, he's preparing them, he's protecting them from the birds, he's putting little cages around, putting a scarecrow, he's protecting the trees. Your people are those trees. And because you gave to them, because you gave them money, you gave them love, you gave them help, you gave them unconditional from your heart, you gave. The people that come into your world will believe in you, and they will trust you, they will follow you, and those trees that you've been planting, those people will multiply. And they will produce apples. And those apples will produce seeds. And those seeds are planted to produce new apples and new trees and seeds and on and on and on. And 6 years later, after I started IML, with one person, we now have almost 200 or more than 200,000 of us, because the seeds that I planted with faith have grown and grown and grown. No one person in this company's done it. We all did it together as a family. We are all marching towards $1 billion as a family, but we all have faith. Like the farmer. The farmer also understands that the trees aren't going to grow in 90 days. You can't bring somebody in today and expect them to think like a Chairman 100. You got to think of them thinking like a Chairman 150. Hey, man, let's just use the products. Yeah, I know you want to build. Let's use the products. Let's show you how to get into the back office. Yeah, I know you got a lot of friends, but let me get you on the products. Those who use the products stay. Those who don't use the products leave. It's very simple math. And if some of you think you're going to be successful because you signed up as an IBO and don't use the products and you're going to get all your friends, and if you think that man upstairs is going to bless your business, I promise you, that business will not grow. If you try to shortcut the shortcut and say, you know what, I'm just going to pay my $15, nobody's going to know. I'll be honest with you. We all know. Think about it. Jewel and China and Lawrence and your upline knows what you do or don't do. And they know if you're trying to skirt the system, that's why you're not making any money with us, because you haven't figured out yet. Because it's so tight with the dollar, you got to give it. You got to invest into the products. And if you don't want to get it for yourself, help somebody get started and pay for them. If you don't want to use the products, you want to be an IBO only, good for you. But give that money to somebody else. Let them learn. You can't shortcut the shortcut. I'm sorry. If I have to expose you, I will. I'm the real CEO. I'm not the guy that quit before the coronavirus came, like all those big companies, the Bill Gates and the Bezos or whatever they are, they all quit. They all dropped. They all resigned as CEOs when the coronavirus hit. My stock is not going down. I'm not scared. Our stock is going up. Why? Because we all believe. What I'm saying is you have to have the belief of a Chairman 100, even when you got started. But you can't get there unless you got the proper nourishment, like those trees. The farmer, after 90 days, like I said, doesn't say, this doesn't work. Those seeds are still in the ground. They're barely sprouting. You can't expect that tree, you can't look at the tree and go, you're a loser. You haven't even sprouted yet after 90 days. Like, what's wrong with you? Why aren't you a tree yet? Like, why are you making me apples? Why are you not making me rich with apples? Why all your trees are not moving? I'm moving, I'm working hard, but you as trees, seeds, not even trees yet. Because you don't have the vision and the faith that the farmer does, because your people are quitting because you put so much pressure on them. Rather than leading them, you're pushing them. You know, I can't push that table. I can't push this wall. Try to push that wall. Try to push that wall. But I could walk beside. I could walk beside a panda. I could lead the panda and say, come on, panda, come with me. Let's do this together. All right? So a year down the road, the trees are popping and the farmer's excited because he realizes he got himself 3 or 4 Platinum 1000s that are now growing and believe. And a year later, the trees are producing apples. And now you have guys who you personally brought in 2 years. Now they're Chairman 10s, they're Chairman 25s, and they're producing other Platinum 1000s and Chairmans. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? You got to understand timing. Law of time, law of compensation. You have to put the time in. You have to sow the sow and sow. Doesn't mean you recruit somebody and leave them. And if you recruit somebody and leave them, shame on you. You just killed somebody's dream. We didn't kill your dream. Why are you trying to kill somebody else's dream? Why don't you help them? Why, you think you're the best recruiter in the world? You go out and sponsor everybody? Why don't you help the people that you brought into the business and show them that you're a leader and you care? I have so many calls on people saying, oh, I was brought in, but they didn't help me. Oh, that's why you're broke. Because you didn't help that person that's complaining to our support saying, I got in and nobody helped me. That's why you're broke. That's why you're sitting at Platinum 5000, Platinum 1000, and you're not a Chairman 100 because you don't want to do the extra work and give and give and give and have faith that that person you brought in will do it. I got into Amway in 1990, 25 years old. Broke as a joke. I had 2 different kinds of sneakers. I got into Amway. And they had a big event in Richmond, South Carolina, or Richmond, Virginia. And I went to this event, and my upline says, bring your bags, pack a bag, Chris. Pack a bag? Pack what bag? Pack your bag. We're going to go to Richmond, Virginia. We have a big event. And I'm like, big event? I'm like, all right. So I show up. I get in the car, and I'm not even lying. I'm telling you the truth. I get in the car. Isis knows this. I get in the car. I went to Richmond, Virginia with my bags because I didn't have bags. I just put my clothes in here. And I carried this bag, and they laughed at me. Ha ha! Ha ha ha! They laughed at me. Who's laughing now? Because I believed. I believed even when they laughed at me in the beginning. They laughed at me. I showed up with a brown bag with clothes, dirty clothes. I had nothing. I was completely busted. But I at least had faith and I trusted. So same thing with your people. You do not make fun of them. If you see somebody needs a little bit of help, push them along. If you see that they're negative, but they want it, try to guide them in the right direction. But you, like that farmer, need to have faith that those people, those seeds that you're watering and you're nurturing and you're loving and you're befriending are going to grow into those trees that are going to produce apples, they're going to produce trees, they're going to produce seeds, they're going to produce more apples, more seeds. And you'll have a vast orchard of apples, just like that farmer. Question is, do you believe? Do you believe? Put a panda. Put a panda. Who's going to reach out to their fellow man or fellow girl? Who's going to reach out to others today and say, can I help you? Who's going to do that? Who's going to do that? Put pandas and say, I'm going to reach out and I'm going to help. I want to give. Today is a day for change. Today is the day for a new life for you. Today's the day you jump. You put a line in the sand. You take the line. Everything before that line does not exist anymore. Anything that does not exist anymore, today is the day you sit down with yourself because you have no place else to go. You have to be home, so being home, either you get a pen and paper or you type it out or you speak it into a microphone or whatever into your phone, record yourself on video saying, Chris, you are a winner. You're a success. You can do whatever it takes. You'll fight the fight. You pay the full price. You will not be denied. You are a winner. You are a multimillionaire. You think differently. You act differently. You speak differently. You associate with different people. You're constantly putting positive in. You're constantly listening to Jim Rome and Tony Robbins, and you're reading the Bible, and you're doing whatever it takes. You got your faith of a mountain, faith of a mustard seed, and they're in alignment, and I will not be denied. That's how you got to talk to yourself in the mirror. If you have to walk around taking a video of yourself, doing that over and over and over and over and over again, and talking about your own affirmations, I am, thus you will have. But if you can't think forward, if you can't have vision, and the Bible says it, where there is no vision, the people perish. And we're not perishing. We are full of abundance. We are growing. We are taking over. We are dominating the world with faith. Anything is possible. I'm going to turn it back over to Jewel Tankard and Lawrence. I'm going to turn it back over to you guys. Thank you so much. I love you. Panda out.
Man, throw some fire emojis in the chat. Throw some fire emojis in the chat for the CEO. Man, oh man, did he blaze that joker out or what?
Oh my gosh, that was so amazing.
Man, oh man.
The alignment is so real. Like, how are you feeling right now, Lawrence? I know the team is, I mean, look at the chat. The chat is literally going bananas. I know Isis is on watching. I know she cannot be more proud right now. Just listening and hearing and gleaming from this wisdom. What are you guys thinking right now?
Man, I tell you, Chris, he's like, I know he likes Biggie, and he's probably one of the best freestyle, motivational speakers I think I've ever saw. The way he pours in, his passion is incredible, and I love everything he does as far as just the way his heart for people. And trust me, I've been in networking for a while. I've dealt with some CEOs who are just nice, but some of them were rotten. But this guy here is he's the kind of guy he's an anomaly. He's like one of those CEOs that you don't come across. I think we definitely need to be thankful for everything he does, for things he doesn't have to do. So I'm definitely thankful for that.
What a terrific opportunity, team. I see you all around the world. Thank you for the fire emojis. Everyone's so excited. They're so grateful for I Am and for this amazing movement that we've all been blessed with. I see you, Anik. Thank you so much, Angel Toffis, our London ladies. I see all of you. I can't name everyone, but we're grateful for this message that he shared today. And it is all about abundance. It's all about believing. It's all about focusing and loving your team and caring for your team. So we're so thankful to be in that position and have that role as servant leaders to serve you all and to love on you all. And so thank you so much for getting on today. I'm going to turn it back over to you with your parting words.
Well, hey, just want to thank you guys for getting on the call. Sorry about the technical difficulty in the beginning, but things happen right. Let's go make Saturday an incredible day, and let's finish out this month real strong. I want to say thank you to Dr. Jewel Tankard, Dr. China Bethy, Andre, Logic Mix, everything you guys do. You guys are running like an Amtrak train, no brakes, no gears, and we definitely appreciate all the hard work, dedication, and sacrifice.
Wait. Andre Campbell.
Andre.
Man.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Andre, I remember the day you came in and we sat down.
Andre.
In Miami, remember?
We got to find him. I do see Ahmed Jama Ayanle.
Oh,
he
man.
was 100th chairman.
Oh my gosh. All right.
Yeah, your 100th chairman. Are you on there, Ahmed Jama Ayanle from London? Say hello.
Hey, can you hear me, guys?
Loud.
Oh my God.
Woohoo! Awesome. Wow, I'm still trying to catch my breath from that amazing,
Thank you so much, brother.
No, seriously, I want to thank you, man. I've been in this industry for 17 years. Amway was my first company at 18 years of age. I've been there, seen it, done it all. And I want you guys to understand that this company is by far the best thing I've ever done. You only know what you know. People are coming in. Everyone is going crazy. You guys see this income levels as just a norm. But I promise you, I used to go crazy for 19 pounds residual income a month, right?
Wow.
So, I just want to thank me personally on behalf of everyone for everything that you've done, Christopher Terry. Without you, none of us would be here. So thank you very much.
Awesome, awesome. So many of the team members are typing in the chat. We love you, Chris, and they want to say hello to you.
We definitely love you, Chris. Thank you so much for just pouring out over this last hour to us.
Love you, Chris, big bro.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that.
So much strategy. It was amazing.
Appreciate you. I'll see you guys again soon. We'll do this maybe in the next couple of months. We'll do it again, okay? I want to get you guys.
Thank you so much, Chris. This was like absolutely one of the best. We just feel the word all in you. So natural, so flowing. It just literally opened up so many doors. Thank you so much. We love and appreciate you.
Love you guys. Bye-bye.
Love you.
All right. Man, that was incredible. You guys have a fantastic Saturday, and let's go up. Let's keep moving for the fences. Let's give us a big pop up for Mr. Christopher Terry, y'all. Let's go.
Awesome. Great job, kid. Great job. The Netherlands, where are you? Hey, listen, we'll put a replay in Rich Girls Trade, Rich Guys Trade. It'll be up today. Thank you so much for listening in. Again, I'll see you all on 100 Chairmen tomorrow, our London session. It's going to be fire. And all this week, all next week, of course, 100chairmen.com. Use the presentations, plug in to your chairman leaders.
Yep. See you guys Monday, 3 o'clock and 8 o'clock Eastern Time, 100chairmen.com.